KDB. KDB.
What's up, y'all? Football season is back and the Cowboys look dominant, and there are many ways to watch our beloved Dallas Cowboys, but the best way to watch our Cowboys is live and in person. And the best way to get tickets to those games is on Game Time, the fastest growing ticket app in the U.S. For last minute amazing deals on tickets, see your favorite football team this September. Download Game Time. And it's not just football. Game Time has tickets to baseball games, concerts, and comedy shows all around the country. Download the Game Time app and redeem code VOCH for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download Game Time app and enter the code VOCH. That's VOCH, VOCH for $20 off. No matter where you live, get out and have some fun this week. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Beats Planet.
better have that money with us.
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Better have that money. Volume. What's up with y'all, man? What's good? What's good? We got another episode of Voch Lombardi Live. Restream is going to be tuned in today to see how we doing. That's how the restream. Hey, Will, I just I'm telling people, you gotta always do your best because you never know who's tuned in. You know what I mean?
Know.
You know what I mean? The people that own you, Google gonna be tuned in today, Will. Still, you know what I'm saying? You only get $2 for that one, man. Listen, man. Got some fun stuff. We're going to continue the week as follows. Like I said, this is going to be a thing that we put into the rotation. We're on a set schedule now. The content will be like clockwork at this point. So today we're going to be looking at the New York Jets and their defense, their highly touted defense. This defense that gets all the props, Will Steele. And of course, it's fair to have questions. You know, this is Cowboys' first time. Not first time with Mike McCarthy as play call and Schottenheimer as OC, but it's not raining. We're going to be inside. We get perfect conditions, barring Jerry not closing the blinds in the sun, hitting somebody in the eye and shit, right? Like, we have perfect conditions to see what this Cowboys offense looks like. And if anybody has criticism of Dak Prescott, it's always, what does Dak Prescott look like versus top-tier defense? They seem to forget what Dak does versus the Eagles or what he did versus the Eagles last year, but hey, let them forget. We're gonna break them down today. We're gonna get into some other little fun stuff. We got some injury news. We're gonna touch on that a little bit. Let me intro the show before I get into this, man. I'm your host.
Hey, Boxy.
And this is just a mixtape.
RESTREA restrain. VOCHLOWBARDI. Lay out the pieces. And we're being point guarded by the best in the business, Master William Skywalker Steele.
What's happening, Playboy?
Gotta be Andy with the Steele, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
What's good with you, sir?
Volume.
Has the pressures of football season hit your shoulders yet, Will Steele?
I was just talking to Michelle about that earlier, actually. Is that getting into the swing of things with football season here, right? We finally got a week where we're watching film and we're putting our collective thoughts together each day. Yeah. And it's different because it's not just we're grasping that air here. There's a lot to do, and that's what we like. We like to be busy.
I want to beat the Jets really bad, Will Steele. I badly want to beat the Jets. You know, I like this idea of, as a Cowboy team, you know, how many times have I seen my team be dominant? You know what I'm saying? And I'm almost getting addicted to the feeling of my team dominating somebody. I just think back to that Giants game, right, Will Steele? Just every time my defense would do something, every time my offense would do something impressive, every time my kicking teams guys would do something impressive, I just start giggling. I start to laugh and I start to pointing and clicking. You know what I mean? Like, just dominating another team felt fantastic for the first time in my life. It's probably happened other times, but especially on defense, not like this. On defense, right? I have seen and listened to so much content from Giants fans, Will Steele. One day I was up early in the morning and I knew you were up too because you wake up at 4 in the morning, you God and birds. Y'all the only ones that's up. And I just sent you the link to a handful of Giants YouTubers, man. I'm like, hey, Will, let's laugh at their pain. Ha ha. I'm not supposed to still be on Giants. We're supposed to be on the Jets. But I just got one more piece of content. And let me tell you why this content was so important. When we get some of these outlandish reactions, Will Steele, it'll make sense if it's from like content creators, like YouTube guys. Like, we don't have rules here. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if I was on some big platform, right? Or this is a big platform, just Don DeMarco. But if I was on some national television program, right, I would still keep things relatively professional because I'm on TV. I'll still be a character, but I'm relatively professional because I'm on TV, Will Steele. I listen to this professional platform react to the Giants loss. And Will, I just want to share it with you. Would you just put yourself on the screen so the people can see you? I just want to react with this. It's about a minute, 30 seconds. Let's just hang in there, Will Steele. I don't know if you even heard this, but just listen to this, Will Steele.
That game to its conclusion.
Oh, yeah.
Not because I'm a diehard Giant fan. Not because I need to watch it because something might happen and we got to talk about it the next day. That was not my motivation. Okay. My motivation was to punish myself. Oh. I deserved it. I deserve to sit there and watch that dreck because I said to our listeners, our family, don't worry. Yeah. We got the coach and we got the GM. We checked that box. No, I'm unchecking the box. I'm unchecking the box.
These motherfuckers turn their back on Dayball in one game.
One game. It's over.
Hold on, watch this.
Just like a married man walks in on his wife and your best friend's on top of her, and she's got a crack pipe in her hand.
What? What?
What did he go through?
Wait, look, that was way too specific. That was way too specific. That's trauma.
Wasn't that Peter Rosenberg he was talking to? You know,
he was talking to Rosenberg, yes. Yeah. And Rosenberg in his suit was just like, don't get fired. He was just like,
somebody in the comments was like, I wonder if he was talking about Rosen, like that happened to him and he just kind of airing it out on air.
I hope not, because that makes it even worse. Will Steele, that's what we did to them?
Yeah, that's crazy.
This loss felt like I walked in on my wife with my best friend on top of her with a crack pipe in her hand. God. Sir?
It's a football game.
You know you like to get wet, though. What's wet? Butt naked.
But
Germ.
Primo.
Yes. PCP.
Will Steele. There's no way we did all that. I know we won a game. And I know we won in spectacular fashion. But your best friend, I can't even fathom what that looks like.
Bro, it's week 1.
Dog. Yeah. And they play Arizona this week, and they ain't even got confidence in them versus Arizona. Now, I don't think that the Giants are as bad as national media has made them.
Yeah, people are making them out to be the worst team in the league for sure. Yeah.
Wow, man, like they not Washington or nothing, you know. Like they not Arizona. I think the Giants will still be a playoff team. They may be the 7th team in the playoffs or fighting for it. I don't think they're as bad as people think. I just think that they're a playoff hunt team that ran into a Super Bowl team. And it's what they not giving Cowboys credit for, Will Steele. They love to be like, oh, it's just the Giants. That, you know, they not nobody. Dog, blowouts don't happen in the league like that. Blowouts don't happen in the league like that. And for the Giants to be a playoff team, we didn't just beat them by 10. In the league, beating somebody by like 20 is a blowout. They not going to give us credit for beating that team by putting 40 up and then shutting them out. That don't happen, Will Steele.
Nah.
Moving on to the Jets game, I want to whoop somebody like that. I want to whoop the Jets so bad that I want to go find Jets content creators or professional Jet. I want Rich Eisen to feel like he walked in on his best friend on top of his wife with a crack pipe in her hair. You know what I'm saying? I want Rich Eisen them.
Mike Greenberg and them.
I want Mike Greenberg to come on ESPN in the morning. Like, man, I can't believe my wife did. I want them to feel like that, Will Steele.
Yeah. I
think the Cowboys are capable of. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here to discuss, Will Steele. I think the Cowboys are capable of doing such. I think at the end of the day, this is going to come down to quarterbacks. Now, Will, this Voch we talking to, right? I was confident with Aaron Rodgers playing the game. I felt like it was going to be more of a fight, but I'm confident with Aaron Rodgers playing in the game. You know what I'm saying? Zach Wilson, I don't see any threat from him. I don't. It's Cowboys offense versus Jets defense. I don't think it's going to be a question of whether we win or not. I think it's how we win and the level of statement that we make. That's what I think it's about. I think my defense is going to handle business regardless, to where they ain't really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really going to go crazy like that. Dak Prescott will still. Now, me and you know what Dak is, right? But this is the time where national media is watching. Not that I care about what national media thinks anyway, right? But Cowboys offense versus Jets defense. At least everybody gives Jets defense respect. It is time for Dak and our guys. I feel like we've done this before, but we don't get credit for it. It's time for Dak and our guys to put hands on a defense like this and for national media to see it and go, all right, we've been praising national media all week, chat. They've been saying, hey, Cowboys defense legit. Dak is holding them back, which is madness because the past couple of years, Dak has been the only thing that's kind of keeping us afloat. As a team, Dak's been keeping us afloat. All of a sudden, you have an incredible defense now. Now Dak is the problem. I think that's pretty strange by national media, but we ain't gonna touch on that too much. Just how we're fighting fights on the internet, how we're fighting fights versus national media, and the takes that they make. What our defense did last week, and if our offense can take care of business this week, Will Steele, I might go to jail for real. Like maybe not federal prison. Like they're not gonna ship me to Rikers or nothing like that.
No jail time. Aaron Rodgers ain't playing no more, man.
Will Steele, no. that's more of a defensive point. I mean, I feel you. They're not gonna ship me to Rikers, right? But they will just kind of put me in the car. They'll at least handcuff me and put me in the car. Will Steele, because if we do what we're supposed to do, or what I think we're gonna do, a Dak Prescott led offense just whooped up on this top 3 defense that everybody cares about. I think that means something. Will Steele, I think that means something.
Sure. I just wanted to be A-Rod, man. That's all, because that is going to be constant pressure on you then with A-Rod. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think and we'll talk about the details, I do think there will be chances for this offense to score, but I don't think they'll have to score much. I swear to God, I feel like if they get a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, or a touchdown and 2 field goals, that's it.
Yeah.
And we back to just kind of coasting like last, but I do not believe in that Jets offense with Zach Wilson at all. I mean, we'll probably talk about the offensive line too, but I was looking forward to at least some pressure being put on the offense by the opposing offense, if that makes sense. That's all. Yeah.
I got a lot to say about the Jets offense tomorrow, finding the scrub. You know what I mean? Zach Wilson, Dwayne Brown, Mekhi Becton. We're gonna have a fun time playing Find the Scrub tomorrow when we talk about offense. But I do want to talk about the actual biggie, the actual elephant in the room, which is the Jets defense. This soundbite that I'm about to play kind of sets the tone for the rest of this breakdown here. This is from a Robert Saleh press conference. They asked, Coach, is Carl Lawson going to be playing this week? You held him out. Now he's recovering from a back injury and all that. So here's Coach Saleh talking about Carl Lawson.
Is he going to play on Sunday?
For sure. Anticipating him being up this week. With it being a short week, the time he had off with regard to dealing with the back injury, I felt like our Friday practice was a little on the high side with the physicality and all that stuff, and I just didn't think it'd be a good idea to practice him, play a game, short week, play another game with the amount of time he had off. So this would be week 1 for him.
Now, Carl Lawson can play.
Yeah.
Carl Lawson, one of the MFs. Side note, Brandon from Franklin Football is in the chat. Shots out to him a couple weeks ago. He was putting out this PSA. He was looking for Jets content creators to do like a collab show with him. And I was like, all right, shouts out to Brandon from Franklin Football. He's expanding the brand. He just said in the chat that the Jets YouTuber canceled the debate show after A-Rod got hurt. Damn.
I don't blame him.
What they gonna talk about?
Bro, I was listening to one show in the morning, and I think it was Kyle Brandt was saying he was on his way out of the stadium, right? And you know he got hurt so soon, Aaron Rodgers. And people were still coming into the stadium, and there was people with 8 jerseys on and hollering and screaming and all hype, and they had no idea.
Wow.
He was on a cart in a boot on the way back to the locker room.
It was their first drive, right? So like if you was
fourth play.
Like if you was getting some nachos and you know what I'm saying, like 5 minutes later, something, you walk in like, hey man, what the fuck Zach Wilson?
Right. We got a Zach Wilson package?
What are you doing that? We're running trick plays. Zach gonna run a read option for a play. Boy, rude awakening for them.
Yeah, man. I feel bad for the fans, man.
Yeah, man. But there's a lot of hype and fanfare surrounding this Jets, our lads. There's a lot of hype and fanfare surrounding this Jets defensive line. And to be fair, I do think they deserve it. Yeah, they deserve it. You know, they have some dudes, and I do think the matchups are going to be interesting. This ain't just Ojulari and Thibodeau, right? And then when they rotate, it's just like some dude that I know Terrence can beat up on. They got dudes like when Carl Lawson is on the field, he'll come off the field. Jermaine Johnson comes on the field. When John Franklin Myers, I've been making fun of him for having 3 first names for a long time. Bryce Huff comes on the field. He could play.
Bryce Huff is nice.
He can play. I ain't get a good look at what he does in the run game for real. But rush wise,
rushing is what I'm. Yeah.
He can go. They got our boy Will McDonald just down the roster, right? You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how I felt about him. So I think it's going to be a big game for Tyron Smith, or rather a big test for Tyron Smith and Terrence Steele. Now, Will Steele, you were in Patreon the other day, and I was saying to everybody that Terrence Steele has turned into a guy that when I'm watching the film, I just trust him. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm watching film, this is what I do with Zach Martin. I would watch Tyron Smith a few times. I would watch Chuma. I would watch Tyler Biadasz, and then I'll just say this. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure Zach Martin is fine. And I'll watch Zach. I'm like, yeah, Zach is fine. I'm starting to do that with Terrence Steele also. You know what I'm saying? Terrence is not looking hindered at all. And I just talked to Aisha. She made a great point. Terrence didn't even have his knee braces on, right? Terrence feels good. He's back in the saddle. So when it comes to Terrence versus these elite dudes, we've seen it before. Will Steele. I feel good about Terrence versus these guys. Now, Tyron, I know he had a good week last week, but these are the types of dudes that gives Tyron problems. Now, if 3 first names ends up on Tyron and he just kind of like power rushes him or whatever, I'm solid. I feel good about Tyron dealing with him. But these speed, bendy guys that'll cross face and get back inside and make Tyron work his hips a little bit, that'll be interesting to see. If Tyler is healthy, Tyler Smith, if he's healthy, Will Steele. I know that this interior is scary. I know Quentin Williams is scary, but I feel really good about Tyler Smith and Zach Martin. Just our O-line versus D-line conversation. I feel good about our guys versus their guys, right? And in terms of pass rush, I've seen Dak Prescott win with worse offensive lines, right? And this just ain't all me trying to push confidence in your head. Like, we got to still go out and win. We still got to go out and execute and block these dudes and make throws and things like that. But O-line versus D-line, I think, is a very pivotal matchup here. But if we can block them dudes up front, that could get surgical. Yes, I'm on there, Wilson.
Yeah, whenever we get to the secondary and the scheme, we can talk about that. But the difference from this week and last week is you didn't have no fear of that secondary in New York. So as long as you could block up, what's his name, Wink Martindale, sending all types of crazy looks at you, you should have been good to go. This one is weird though because they play so wide. Me and Okoye were talking about this earlier. They have this wide alignment that they do, and I think it's because they got those athletes. You named them: Lawson, Jermaine Johnson, McDonald, Clemens, Huff, Myers, and then Quinnen is a different beast than you're going to get from Dexter Lawrence. Quinnen Williams, I think he can move a little bit better and be just as good in both the pass and the run. But with all that depth, if you can maintain balance, I just think it just opens up things. You're going to have to make them condense the field or condense their alignments because we did a lot of you saw it in the on the film. All that pulling we did, like you're creating the space for our guys to search and destroy. Sure. So, but you gotta be careful with the little trickery in the middle with the traps and things like that because Quinnen he'll just destroy that. And they got good linebackers. I'm not sure if we get to that too, but the front, the game will be won on the front. But the difference between this week and last week is that secondary. And just the way that those guys move and Salah has those guys playing is night and day, I think, compared to the Giants.
Well, the wide edges can do multiple things for you. If you have tackles that are slow-footed like Dwayne Brown and Mekhi Becton, right, they can just run past those guys. Also, gap exchange opportunities get, pretty interesting. Plus, there's this idea that if you're going to run wide in the run game, keep them wide. But if you were to work inside off of that, it's almost like we're so wide, we're going to force you to funnel yourself up the middle. And that's where they got big boys at, right? Which is why I feel really good about us in the run game, because if they are playing so wide to funnel us inside, that's where our strength is. That's where our Tyler and our Zach Martin is, right? I know Quinnen is a dude. Zach is too. And you're going to have to put Quinnen like at a 0 on Tyler. And if that's going to be the case, then we'll just end up comboing them, right? But if it's just a one-on-one Quinnen Williams versus Tyler or Zach, I feel pretty solid about that, assuming that we can get him blocked up front. And if they're going to play that wide on us in real life, I learned this playing football in my very first playoff game where I learned what a wide 9 was in real life. I'd always see it, but I saw what a wide 9 was in real life. We'll just run a bunch of counter. And Cowboys
that's crazy. That's what I said this morning.
Cowboys did a bunch of that last week, and we was watching in Patreon. We talked about the difference, counters and powers and things of that nature. And every time Chuma Adoga pulled, we thought about what a more athletic, what a more powerful Tyler Smith would look like. So if you lined up wide, my coach taught me this, Trey Woodard. If they lined up wide, you're running counter for us.
That's what I'm saying. They are creating the space for you. So and that's where getting to the line of scrimmage and having a guy like Dak Prescott matters a whole lot, because now he's going to see this wide alignment and say, okay, look, we might have had a 5-step drop here, but no need to. If you're going to give us this kill, and boom, we'll hit you with a pull. Well, instead of Chuma Edoga pulling, right, you hope it's Tyler Smith now pulling with a Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker, or whomever it is. And then you get to the second level, and something that we noticed on film when talking to Koye is you're going to get a lot of opportunities for one-on-ones. So dudes like Tony Pollard, dudes like Deuce Vaughn, they make you miss. And hell, I know Rico is not Tony Pollard or Deuce, but Rico got some shiftiness to him as well. So it's really, I think, going to come down to mano y mano. Like I'm not I'm not so worried about them doing anything rinky-dinky or schemey-wise. They're going to play straight up, man. They're going to play with their front four, and they're going to rely on 7 or 8 guys in the back end to get it done. So if it's man on man, I know they got dudes, but so do we.
Yep. Running the ball is definitely going to set the tone, Will Steele, but I just think that you're really going to do a lot of damage in the air, throwing the football. And I think it's 2 places we can look here. Brandon Cooks is in the injury report. I don't feel too terrible about it because it's early. And we didn't hear nothing from him missing time in the game or whatever, right? So I don't feel too terrible about it, but that is something to keep eyes on. But assuming Brandon Cooks is healthy and good to go, there are 2 types of Brandon Cooks, Will Steele. He's Brandon Cooks, the route runner, and it's Brandon Cooks, deep ball guy, right? Once you get them off that zone look after you've earned whooping their zone, and we'll talk about this in a second, Brandon Cooks, the deep ball guy, can really do some damage to him. But Brandon Cooks, the route runner, plus CeeDee Lamb, plus what we know about Dak Prescott. The Jets also give a lot of space in their secondary too, doing their little zone looks or whatever, right? Josh Allen, who is ridiculous, would throw right in the middle of the shit, Will Steele.
Josh Allen got to chill.
The first thing that they teach you in cover school, Will, is when they 2 high or 4 high, especially 4 high, they're trying to stop the deep balls. Don't throw it over there. And Josh would look right at that shit, and he'll throw right in the middle of it. Dak's not going to do that. Dak's not going to throw 3 picks and fumble one time. You understand what I'm saying? But if they play a lot of zone coverage, dropping 8 or so guys, relying on pass rush, kind of like the Eagles did last year, where they're just going to rush their guys and play coverage and play off of that coverage. They may try to do a little jammy whammy here or there. They may try to blitz every now and then, but Dak knows how to do that. If they're going to play majority of zone coverage, I don't care what type of Dak hater you are. Dak knows how to deal with zone coverage. He knows how to deal with it. The key is blocking them dudes up front. If you can block them dudes up front, deal with their gap exchanges, they do a lot like what Dan Quinn does, right? Like they'll crowd the line of scrimmage with like 6 dudes, but they'll only rush 4, but it look like they bring in more. They'll drop some guys back or whatever. If you can recognize that, identify it as an offensive line. If it's any blitz or gap exchanges, just deal with that and just let Dak deal with the zone coverage. I think that'll be an advantage to us if we can pull that off. Also on my notes, I think this is a big game for what I call auxiliary pass rush. Auxiliary pass catchers.
Satellite guys. Those
What's
satellite guys.
Yeah, 100%. Not just the wide receivers, but if Hunter Lipke's going to be in fullback, there's a great game to throw it to him. Turpin's going to be in the backfield because he's a new goal line back now. Great time to throw it to him. Tony Pollard versus any linebacker, I feel fantastic about that. Rico Dowdle. We know Rico Dowdle can catch the ball, catch a screen, and do something shifty and run with it. So I do think run game is going to be important here, but run game is going to have to push the pass, and I really think Dak is going to have to do the most damage here.
Yeah, the Bills just did nothing schematically to combat this. You threw the ball 41 times in a game that was 13 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
For it was a 3-point game, 6-point game for majority, and you threw the ball 41 times. It's not like they ran the ball terribly. Everybody outside. Cook averaged 3.8. Latavius Murray had 4 yards per carry. Hardy had 4 yards per carry. Josh Allen's Josh Allen. He's going to run, but that's not a design run. There's opportunities. Cook had a couple big hitters on the outside and up the middle. There's going to be opportunities to stay on track, and I think that's what it's going to take. You have to be balanced against this team, because if you get to the point where you just throwing the ball 41 times, they're going to pin their ears back, and no secondary dudes.
Sure.
Look, I got 3 defenses in this league I respect more than any other: Cowboys, Niners, and Jets.
Yes, yeah.
The secondary kind of doggish like the Cowboys. Like they're coming for the rock. You know what I'm saying? They're not just going to let you just throw the ball all over the field. So I do think you have to stay on task and you have to remain balanced. But you hit the nail on the head with the auxiliary guys, man. There's so many opportunities to just dump it off, and they're going to rally. They're going to play like a pack of wolves and whatnot. But you just got to take that, and then at some point, and this is what the Bills didn't do, I don't think, not one single time after the first drive, really. Some point, you're going to have to schematically beat these dudes. Like you're going to have to, okay, I'm building, right? We just hit them with a couple little screens. We just hit them with a couple dump offs. One of these times, you're going to have to pump fake that thing this way and come back behind it with a double slant. And that was open a couple times, but Josh Allen. So, I do think the chess match between Saleh and Mike McCarthy will be fun, but I was so surprised how much zone they played. And if they do play all that zone, we just need Dak not to go Josh Allen. Hey, take this. Let Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn make somebody miss, or Rico Dowdle make somebody miss. And then when they have to play up, I'll take my one-on-one with Sauce Gardner and CeeDee Lamb. I don't care if that's Sauce Gardner.
Yeah. Moving CeeDee Lamb all over the formation, I think is going to be an advantage for us. I don't think they moved. I didn't see their corners move around a bunch. We don't really move ours neither. So hey, if there is a way to play find a scrub here, I think put them in nickel, put them on the other side. And honestly too, and I love to be efficient, Will Steele. I love to just play find a scrub. But there is a part of me that wants to know what CeeDee Lamb versus Sauce Gardner looks like. You know what I mean? I just want to see what he looks like versus that kind of corner. I got a feeling that I know, but I'm in it, Will. So I'm in it for the shit talk and all that, man. Sauce Gardner is their first corner, of course. Michael Carter, DJ Reed. I remember DJ Reed. He is a Seattle guy, I believe. Jordan Whitehead, who caught all the picks.
Niners guy.
Niners.
I believe so.
When he was Seattle at some point?
Not Reed. I don't believe
DJ Reed from Niners or Seahawks.
One of the West teams.
One of them over there. Tony Adams and Jordan Whitehead, who caught all the damn picks. And Josh Allen threw it right to him. One more point that I made. I got my notes right here, Will Steele. And I'm going to talk about this both days because this is something that kind of works for both days.
Oh, Seattle first. Okay.
Okay, cool. We both got it. If our Cowboys defense beats the shit out of the Jets offense enough to where the Jets defense has to keep getting on the field and tire themselves out, I think if we can properly do that, like really wear them down over a long game, I think that it'll be easier for the offense later. And that'll give us an opportunity to really run away with it towards the end. Now, you're going to have to earn that. You're going to have to be yak guy and make them chase you and make them tackle and run the football and make them chase you. And damn, Tony's fast and let Turpin scamper right there and things like that. But I do think early this could be difficult, but just my own thoughts and prediction. If the Cowboys are to take care of business and handle what they need to handle, I think the longer the game goes on, I think the worse it gets for them. If they're gonna have to whoop us, it's gonna have to be early. The problem is, I don't think Zach Wilson has enough to make this any type of shootout type of situation. So I do think early is gonna be a slugfest type situation. But if the offense and mostly four, but if four and play callers and things like that, if they get out there and really figure this thing out,
yeah.
I feel good about my Cowboys, man.
I don't know why. It's only one game, but I just feel good about McCarthy, Schottenheimer, and Dak coming up with an adequate game plan.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could say that for a while. I just kind of figured out, look, I know what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. And we hope it works. But there's so many things we can do now. Like there's so many different personnel packages. There's things we can do that will force the defense, opposing defense, to adjust to us. So you're excited for like the one-on-one matchups and things. I'm excited for the chess match between McCarthy and Saleh because we're only at game 2 of McCarthy calling plays, and game 1 was fantastic to me.
Sure. I feel you. And I'm just excited, man. Just to it's like neutral almost, right? Like no rain, no elements. Like let's just see what this thing looks like. And if it's I don't even want to say it, Will. Me and you've been trying not to get too excited for the past couple of days. We'll always catch ourselves getting a little excited. But I think this is a fantastic test. And like we were saying yesterday, what this does is that it puts us in this situation where by the time we get to San Francisco, man, we've seen a nasty defense before. You know what I mean? Like we know what this looks like. So and San Francisco is one of your defense.
Great point. You're going to run into all three, or a lot of people have the Eagles too, but you're going to run into Seattle, San Fran, and Philly before you get to the tournament.
Yep.
That's great.
Conditioning.
Yeah.
Conditioning. So we'll see what that looks like. Chat, I tried to set the phones up today, but man, I just couldn't get them going, man. We having problems with Restream or whatever. So Restream and the phones can't work at the same time. So, while we're fixing Restream. Hey, Will. Hey, Will. While we fixing Restream, we're just not gonna have any phones here. You know what I mean? We just trying to. I tried to cut them on, but something was happening. Will Steele. So, hey, you I think this is a good time to wrap up the show, Will Steele? We ain't got nothing else to do.
Hello?
Who calling me? Huh? Oh. Not today. We ain't got 2 phones today. I'll be damned.
Nope.
That shit on mute. I mean, what we can do is take some questions for the chat. You know what I mean? You want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that. I usually do like a hashtag movement. So, yeah,
man. Malcolm say we talked up our anytime minutes anytime. That's hilarious. All right, chat. What y'all got for? Hey, yo, look, somebody said that we changing up. Hey, game time, dog. Hey,
do we play it? No.
Yeah, play. No, we gave him enough. Hey, y'all see this DraftKings logo on the top? Y'all see this DraftKings volume logo on the top? Hey, it's different. It's different. What y'all got, chat? Y'all got any questions? If y'all ain't got no questions, we'll just clock out. Soup. Yeah, Marcus Harrison dropped his quote. Marcus Harrison dropped the quote.
Oh no, it is. Why is time a precious asset? He talking about time. So
oh man, Marcus killing it today. Chat, do y'all have any questions? Because we was only talking about the.
Well, Ben said Pat was having internet issues. So if Pat McAfee's having internet issues, even though it's not the internet here, I think I know what it is. If Pat McAfee's having issues with his stream on YouTube, well then Pat
making a couple M's. So I ain't trying to hear that. So look, I got a video set to come out tomorrow. Will, you want to just talk about the Jet, because we're not streaming tomorrow. So you want to just talk about the Jets offense right now? You want to get that out of the way?
Sure, shouldn't take long.
Yeah, it's still early. Yeah, Zach Wilson is not it.
No,
easy peasy.
Oh, look, while you doing that, let me pull something up, man. Give you a good laugh. You know what? I can pull it up here. I ain't gotta do that. Actually, no, I don't. Let me go this way.
Somebody said it's Koozies on the phone. It's Koozies on the phone cussing. Let's see. Here we go. All right, let's talk about the Jets offense. Yeah, offense a little bit. Okay, cool. Hey man, don't make me lie to you, man. I'm not finna hype up the Jets offense.
Please
for real.
Please don't.
I think this group of wide receivers, and I don't even know if I put this in my notes that I sent over to you, Will, still. But this Jets wide receiver group is a good group with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think this group is enough to carry Zach Wilson or anything. I don't think that's the case here. No matter what you feel about Garrett Wilson, he had a fantastic catch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, cool. I don't know. I mean, you could feel how you want to feel about Garrett Wilson and his talent and the one catch that he had, but I don't think Garrett Wilson is going to be enough to make Zach Wilson look competent. He's their best receiver right now. Besides that, it's Randall Cobb and Alan Lazard. That's not enough. That's not enough compared to the guys that we got playing DB and corner. That's not enough. I had this note written down. I was talking about the run game. Dalvin Cook typically does a solid job against us, but he's in a 2-back system now, so we'll see how that goes. Breece Hall had a big rushing game last week, but besides the 83-yard run that he got on that one play, it was this one big 83-yard play. He was 9 for 44.
And I think the other one was like a 30-yard run.
Yeah. And I didn't do the average or anything like that. But if you just look at play in and play out, just handing the ball off, Breece and Dalvin didn't go all that crazy, just play by play. Now, does that mean now Breece can still break off a big play on you? So you have to be aware of that. He's still a big play guy. I was worried about his I was worried about his ACL coming out. His ACL looks fine, but if we go out there and play our run game, play our run fist, Jonathan Hankins, who was ridiculous last week, and our DBs, they come up and tackle, and Trey get physical again. I just don't see a world where like the run game's a problem here.
They ran for 172 yards and should have lost that game.
Yeah.
So 107, almost 200 yards, Voch. Yeah. And the game was 13-16 or 13-10 or whatever the hell it was for quite some time. So yeah, man, if they're going to win on the backs of the running game, it's going to have to be like a 250-yard rushing performance, bro.
Yeah, and I don't foresee that being the case. Even if this is the box that we put people in, Will, still, if they want to run the ball that much, y'all gonna have to catch us in points. Offensively.
You burying the lead though.
Go on.
That offensive line stinks.
I wasn't done. I was coming back. I wasn't done. I promise I wasn't
done. You buried the lead.
No. I didn't go to journalism school. I don't know what that means. Look, I just wanted to touch on the running backs real fast.
Running backs don't mean shit if the run they can't.
That's fair. That's fair. Play the DraftKings ad. but
you see this snapshot I got up there?
Okay, go. That's damn.
Look at Becton and Brown, bro. If they try this shit here,
that's the summary. Will Steele. That's the summary. The damn tackles is on the ground. Denver McGovern
trying to cut people off. Okay.
Denver McGovern plays center. Vera Tucker play right guard. The left guard can be beat a little bit. I've seen it happen. But Dwayne Brown is garbage. Micah getting 6 sacks on him by himself. Mekhi Becton, and I'm curious about the coaching that's going on as far as offensive line goes at the Jets here, but Mekhi Becton's supposed to be better than this. But Mekhi Becton just looks slow-footed and lazy.
He's 400 pounds.
That is fair. He just looks slow-footed and lazy, Will Steele. So, man, they better figure out the run game, Will Steele.
Fam.
They not going to.
They better. Because this cut block shit ain't gonna. Micah Parsons, he gonna laugh at this when he see this on film.
Run game is all they got, Will Steele. Run game is dead ass all they got. If they think they finna come out here and hold the football, man, I was arguing with a Jets fan on my Bleacher Report show. Shouts out to Richie, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we go try the Cowboys deep." He said the Cowboys gonna crowd. He said, "Look. He said the Cowboys defense are gonna crowd the line of scrimmage, stop the run, and they're gonna throw the ball on us deep when we crowd the line of scrimmage." I'm like, man, that's a terrible idea.
Didn't the Giants say that same thing?
Hey man, you know how it go. You know how it go. It ain't the same when it's in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no way they watched that game on Sunday Night Football and then their game on Monday Night Football and thought that was going to work out. Or that's going to work out. Okay.
Yeah. L. Cool says, Vice trying to get clout. Oh no. Dog, my whole thing though, Will Steele, is they just can't run the ball forever. And another point he made, he said, hey man, we're gonna, make things easy for Zach Wilson. I don't see how you make things easy for Zach Wilson.
You just gonna make things easy for the Cowboys defense.
Trey Diggs, well, first of all, this pass rush has made it to where you're not just holding the football. You can't just hold the football for a long period of time. And not only our pass rush, Dwayne Brown and Mekhi Becton make it to where you can't hold the football, first and foremost. I don't care who your tight. Conklin ain't helping this much, and damn Breece and Dalvin ain't helping this much. Pass rush is coming. It is what it is. Then there's the idea that, okay, well, let's just do some short, easy throws with Zach Wilson. The two corners that we have are the two worst corners for you to just try to do some easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to run a slant to help Zach Wilson. Are you kidding me? Trey Diggs eats those for breakfast. Gilmore, in which we saw the proof, Gilmore eats those for breakfast. You need time in the pocket to beat us, and you ain't got that.
Yeah,
I don't take time in the pocket to beat us that much. Go ahead.
You can't be simple with Gilly. When you said make things easy, I kept thinking about last year. Like, yeah, that might have worked with Anthony Brown and Boss Man Fats and all these other rinky dink these what do you call it, the Jimmy Jams, all these other Jimmy Jams,
the jobbers,
all other jobbers,
Brooklyn Brawler and Hugh Morris. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they ain't even mid card. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
This is the dentist bull before Kane. You know what I'm saying? So man. Yeah, if this ain't that. That needs to be because I've been saying that a lot, but this ain't that. This is Stephon Gilmore over there, and if you want to try it deep, now you got to deal with Malik Hooker knowing where things are going. So,
I just think this is another day where we can add to our turnover list. You know what I'm saying? Because Cowboys on the way to lead the league in takeaways again. I just see us adding on to that list and adding on to the sacks. I see Micah getting more. If Micah just stay on Dwayne, bro, I know. Every time you always like, we hear Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy talking about it. They just rub their hands together like, hey man, we're gonna rush the pass. Like you can tell they watch the film, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
Please.
Why is Dwayne Brown planking right now?
Get your ass off that guy. Get your ass off the guy. Get up.
It's planking.
Get your ass out that trunk.
Look, you see, he got a hook in his arm, so he was trying to hook him.
He was trying.
He was trying to hook his leg, bro.
Will Steele hooking his leg is worse than is almost as bad as going no, bro.
If you don't get your ass,
Chat,
you is too old for that.
Chat, I might do a film session on how bad Dwayne Brown was last week, and the Bills. The Bills, I feel like the Bills barely took advantage of it. I didn't see Dwayne Brown win not one rep. I don't think I saw him win not one rep. Now, I gave a lot of respect to the Jets defense. I don't think there's a thing that this Jets offense can do.
Why is he having a fit?
he
having a crybaby.
He falling out in the middle of Walmart because he can't get a toy.
Right, he throwing a temper tantrum.
Get your ass up. Will Steele, I wrote this down. I just want to ask you this question. Chad, I want to ask you too. What's better, one leg Aaron Rodgers or Zach Wilson?
Aaron Rodgers.
I seen Aaron Rodgers beat him up with one leg before. I seen Aaron Rodgers kick ass with one leg before. Zach Wilson? Oh no, I ain't got time, man. Marcus Harrison say that Dwayne Brown should retire after this week. After this week, he can retire all he wants to, dog. But it is what it is. All right, let's read some of these supers, man. Then we're gonna get up out of here. We gave him a little extra work. We're gonna at least get to an hour. Let's get to supers, man. Refresh. Appreciate y'all for being here today, man. Appreciate y'all. And after I get off of this, we gonna go do some work with Fuster King, man. Long work, man. Long work. Here we go. Tacoma John Draw 5 says this ain't Josh Allen. This ain't Josh Allen that they're playing. Dak is more accurate, more cerebral, and takes better care of the football. We're gonna be just fine. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. He ain't gonna be throwing the ball to the other team like that. Like Dak may give you 4 picks over 5 games. He ain't doing that shit in one game.
I was just thinking, like, even if he throws an interception or 2, it ain't gonna be 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
Like one thing about him is he'll be like, I am chilling. Where Josh Allen has no chill. He does not care if he throws 2-3 interceptions in 2 quarters. He's going to continue to draw, is what we call it. He's just going to continue to just be tripping.
Yeah. Guillotine 06 dropped a deuce and says it's a koozie on the phone, cussing. Oh Lord. Well, we ain't on the phones today, so no phones today, y'all. It's just something going on with Restream. Couldn't be something wrong.
I hope they listening too.
Restream got to be listening. Adrian Lindsay dropped 5 says, do you think Zach Wilson believes in ghosts? The defense will make him believe because seeing is believing. Hey,
let me tell you why he gonna be believing in ghosts. Because this fool is lying on the ground, and that's why
Dwayne Brown planking because he can't get a toy. Oh man, Adrian Lindsay dropped another 5. That's 7 altogether. He says Brandon Cooks is taking a veteran day off. He's good. That's what I think it is, but I'll wait for the report to come out. Brother L dropped a 5 and says, thanks to the Volume and all other companies for sponsoring and supporting such great people like Voch and Sky. Great show per usual. Hashtag we got to eat. Hashtag Studio 2024. Appreciate you, brother L. Guillotine 06 dropped 5 says, don't you slander Hugh Morris. He's a 2-time WCW United States champion. Fair enough. Misfits in action. I apologize, Guillotine.
Well, David Arquette.
Fair enough.
Was a champion in
Hey, Leno, they gave that mother to Karl Malone, dog. Dennis Rodman was the goddamn tag team champion of the world.
Well, 2000 WCW was god awful, man.
They let everybody get off, dog. I was there, though. And on the Voch side, yeah. Volume side? Volume has some supers today. All right, cool. On the Voch side, let's see. VA all day. DC4L dropped the deuce and says, where's Zach Wilson gonna hide? Under Dwayne planking. Appreciate you, bro. Trevon dropped a dime and says Voch called her. Here we go on the phones. I called the audible. I got up out of that. Hey man, it ain't me, man. It's with the system, the Wi-Fi. Alpha dropped a 5. Alpha dropped 5 and says Mike McCarthy said in his press conference that Adoga most likely starts against the Jets. We'll see.
Snap. I ain't catch that. I haven't watched the presser yet. That just happened, by the way.
We'll watch it. How will he do against their D line?
I don't like that one.
I don't like that one either.
But it's one guy. I think we got 4 other quality guys. So
plus, I will say, the Giants' interior defensive lineman closer emulates the Jets' interior D lineman. The Jets' edges are way better than the Giants' edges, so that's how it's a little different. Quentin is better than Dexter, but they both gangsters. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of gotta.
Quentin not a good match. I mean, not that Dexter was, but Dexter for different reasons. Quentin's not a good matchup for Udoka for a whole nother reason. You know?
Chuma Udoka can beat Solomon Thomas or something. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of them, nah. It's going to be a rough day regardless. So I'm hoping that there's and Mike McCarthy could be lying. Mike McCarthy could be lying.
He's known to do that.
He could be keeping his competitive advantage. I don't know. We'll see. But it'd be nice to have 7-3 out there. But we'll give it a listen. We'll give the press conference a listen. Cross that road when we get there. Appreciate you though. Let's see. Boy, we got 1,000 people in here, Will Steele, and we just talking about phones don't work, man. Damn, I hate that. Phones ain't work today. Thick Flair dropped the 5 and says, for the prepaid Wi-Fi minutes. My bad, dog. My bad, man. We trying to get better, bro. We trying to get better. But, hey, we showed up and gave y'all an hour, though. It wasn't the longest show, but we gave y'all a cool little 50 minutes. Assuming how long Marcus Hart's quote is. All right, Marcus Hart, let's see what we got here. I know we dropped it earlier, but I know he got it on copy and paste. He got in the clipboard somewhere. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Everybody's seeing these numbers, and it means the world to us. Here we go. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me, Will, and Game Time after day. Promo code VOCH, $20. At the volume, why is time a precious asset? Because the phones don't work. Why is time a precious asset? Because if my time is now, then I don't have time for someone whose time is coming. Wait a minute. That's a rap lyric. Hold on, wait. That's a Drake line. I think that's Drake, unless Drake took that from somebody. Why is time a precious asset? Because if my time is now, then I don't have time for someone whose time is coming. See what I'm saying? If my time is now, I don't have time to worry about people that's trying to get to where I'm at, Will. So you feel me?
We sure that ain't John Cena's intro music.
Nah, that's I ain't lying. My time is money.
Now.
You got the time.
Can't see me. My time's now.
That's why I ain't got the time for me. Whose time is coming?
Dr. Thugonomics.
That's definitely a Drake line. Well, it could be a John Cena.
I'm just messing.
Because I'm thinking now, Thugonomics John Cena was crazy. In due time,
that's why I stopped watching. I was offended.
Yeah, that's racist. In due time, stay dangerous because lions sleep outside. Holeless L, UNLV, Young Pimp, Young Goat, Young Lion. Thank you very much, Marcus Harrison. We love you to pieces. Is that a Drake line? I'm sure Wayne said it also. Wayne did not say that too. Marcus Harrison getting this stuff from Drake now. Appreciate you, Marcus Harris. We love you to pieces. Hey, y'all, a shorter show today, but our phones, man. Couldn't get the phones in today, man. So my fault, y'all. Marcus says it's not a rap lyric. All right, so cool. Drake stole it from somebody else. All right, cool. We love y'all to pieces, man. Shouts out to Game Time and the Game Time app. Watch go watch live sports in real life. The Game Time app. Go check it out. Promo code VOCH, VOCH. And be sure we ain't getting no more money. And be sure to follow us on all platforms. VOCHLOMBARDI. And get the Wayne Brown screen. And okay, that's old. And VOCHLOMBARDI on all platforms and patreon.com/Voch Lombardi where we watch.
So then now when does crack? Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
I never get tired of that drop.
No, it's the best. It's the best. Yeah, and follow Skywalker Steele at Skywalker STEELE on all social medias. He also has a fantastic show on A to Z Dallas in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30. He's going to be talking about the Jets
offense briefly. Ain't much to talk about, but yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good, my guy.
I deserve to sit there and watch that dreck because I said to our listeners, our family, don't worry. We got the coach and we got the GM. We checked that box.
Give me the line.
No, I'm unchecking the box.
Give me the line.
I'm unchecking the box.
Give it here.
Just like a married man walks in on his wife and your best friend's on top of her. She's got a crack pipe in her hand. You might not leave her. But you're definitely going to have to start from zero.
I'm leaving y'all ass. Volume.
She gone. What you talking about?
Beats
a wrap.
Planet.
What you talking about?
I'm shooting y'all.
Wait. I ain't even peeped that part. Well, you might not leave her.
No.
Excuse me?
Leave.
Somebody leave her. One way or another.
I'm going to jail.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Dog.
What you talking about?
I done been let down before. I done been betrayed before.